What is going on, guys? We are back with more Skul. So, in the last episode, the enemies they cracked our head open, all right? They cracked our skull open and they tried to eat what was inside. But little did they know there's nothing inside. And that's why I'm back. You can't teach me a lesson cuz I'm stupid. Now let's go. So, I think, you know, I don't want to say, like, I only lost because of this. Like, I lost because I'm bad. I'm just not very good at this game. But it was pretty unlucky to get those two bosses in particular, because those dudes are bullshit. Those dudes are really hard. The ninja, I had barely even touched him. He was just like poofing around everywhere, bro, using like shadow clones and substitution jutsus, and oh my god, it was so crazy. Like I felt like I was fighting into the series Naruto, bro. It was like I didn't know what to do against the man. He's a god. He's a god. Yo, actually, speaking of that, so I love Naruto, first off, and you might know that if you've watched one of my videos, because I talk about Naruto all the time. I'm just always making references and, you know, just talking about him. I just love the guy. No, so I love that show. And I really love how you know, in Naruto and then in Naruto Shippuden, we are watching Naruto grow up. Like we see him when he's like, you know, ass. Like he can't even make a clone, right? Like we see him struggle. And then like at the end of the series, he's literally a god. Like we watched the whole thing. Like we saw it all happen. I love that. The same can be said with Goku. And as much as I dislike Goku, and you know, that's, some people may be mad at me for that one. I don't really like Goku all that much. I'm more of a Vegeta guy, but you know, whatever, increases physical attack. Oh, but Vegeta's always the loser. Well, you know, like that's the truth, but also like the show is just, I don't know, made in such a way that's like very typical shonen writing. But no, so basically what I'm getting at is that like it's amazing that we watched someone who had like, you know, seemingly no potential, and he had like everything working against him. Like we watched that person just work his ass off and become a god. That kind of shit, that's super dope to me. I love seeing that in stories, and I'm curious, does that happen outside of like, you know, anime and manga? I'm actually not sure. I can't think of an instance where, you know, because like what other kind of long form media is there where there's like a narrative that develops over the course of like 30 years and you get to like literally watch a child grow up almost in real time? Like I really don't know, you know. There may be like novels like that where, you know, you're not seeing like literally every instance of a child growing up, but you know, it may give you that same feeling if it is like a longer series. But I haven't read one like that, so I don't know. But yeah, I just find that interesting and amazing. And I also find like the difference between, you know, manga and Western comics interesting as well. just because, oh, Korean spicy noodles, I cannot afford them. I'm broke as hell. I don't want the Minotaur again. I'm gonna just go ahead and pass on that. I'm gonna keep using the mummy, even though I don't like the mummy all that much, because I don't like mashing. But you know, it is what it is. So, no, like in Western, you fucking person. I really had to like hold my tongue there. You can probably tell. Alright, but no, so like in Western comics, you know, of course there's a narrative, but the narratives are handled differently. You know, like with like One Piece or with Naruto, like it's one person in control of the story and in control of the narrative over the course of, like, you know, a couple decades, right? Now for Naruto, that switched up for Boruto. Like Boruto, the writer is different. Like the author of it is a different person. But you know, it's kind of like a different series that just clings on to ooh, I love Infinite Bone, that clings on to its predecessor a little too tightly, if you ask me, but you know, that's neither here nor there. But yeah, like in Western comics, you know, you'll have somebody who's writing like a Green Lantern story, right? And that should be fire. And they put out a couple issues, and then, you know, you have another person that's writing a Green Lantern story, and then, you know, that shit'll be okay. And then that person gets replaced like pretty quick, and then they, you know, they get replaced by somebody who takes the character in a completely different direction. And then it's like, you know, there's just so many different people like taking control of the story. You can't have that same kind of meaningful development. I don't think I want werewolf. Same kind of meaningful development that you could have in like a manga, where it's just one guy taking the story exactly where he wants it over the course of like 20 years. So, I don't know. I find that interesting. Alright, so my thumb is getting tired from tapping this goddamn button. Like, I really wish you could hold down the square button in order to shoot this goddamn gun. But nope. Nope, gotta keep that trigger finger sharp, boy. Alright, so I don't want this ninja to hit me again. Yeah, I knew you were up to some shit. Alright, I missed my head. That's okay. Alright, you picked a nice spot to teleport to, my friend. There we go. Alright, so, yo, you know what else is interesting to me? And this is just like, you know, me still talking about like manga stuff. And, you know, hopefully you enjoy that. Yo, Onigiri. The game is listening. No, so mangaka, you know, like manga artists are insane. Like, the standards that they are held to is ridiculous. And it you know, it is like kind of a cultural thing. Like, the Japanese are very industrious, and they value hard work. And, you know, that even is shown and represented in manga. Like, these mangaka. So you know, this was a couple years back, and I'm almost positive that it's changed. But I was looking at like the work schedule of a popular mangaka, right? Like, and it was actually crazy. Like, he slept like, you know, 3 hours a night. He worked like 7 days a week. And it's just, he had like, you know, maybe an hour or two of free time every day. Like, and then the rest of the time he's either like, you know, in board meetings, or he's actually like drawing, or he's like, you know, it was so crazy. And a lot of these mangaka like get worn down from working so hard. Like, I know Ichiro Oda, the author of One Piece, was having like some health issues a couple years ago, and I'm pretty sure that they're resolved, because, you know, the way that he does things is a little different now, I'm pretty sure. But he was having health issues because he was just working himself to death. And so, like, he started incorporating breaks into the release of the story. So, like, you know, he'll do a break every couple weeks, basically. So he'll release, like, you know, like 3 chapters. So a chapter a week for 3 weeks, and then like go on break for the 4th week, and then he'll just keep doing that. And that's great. Like, as a fan, it sucks when, you know, some really hype shit is happening and then you see like, there's a break next week. But it's great for the longevity of the series and of, you know, the artist. Like, and I would really prefer for that man to be around for as long as possible. Like, kind of selfishly, of course. Like, you know, I just want to know how One Piece ends. Like, yeah, I would be like, and you know, of course, I want. Okay, so I don't want to sound like a complete asshole here. Like, obviously, I want him to be like healthy and live a long time, just because he's a human being, and I don't really wish ill on people who haven't done horrible things. But you know, like, he's been writing this story for like 20 years. All right, and I've been reading it for, God, how old am I? I've been reading it for 8 years. Oh boy, yeah, that's crazy to think about. So yeah, like, I'm invested. Like, it's so many goddamn chapters of One Piece. Like, it's in the 900s, like 980 something, I believe. Like, I'm invested, okay? So, like, you know, obviously I want that man to be around because he's a person. But like, if he died before One Piece ended, I don't know what I would do with my life. Like, I just like, that's kind of where I'm at right now. And so, I don't know. I find it interesting because, like, what other kind of media is like that? Where it's like, you know, you can have like a TV show or something, and it's like really good. And like a long TV show, like a long running show, can go on for like over a decade. But, you know, like, is it narrative based really? All right, I'm not doing very well in this fight. Hold up. wait a goddamn minute now. Like, is it narrative based? And then if it is, like, you know, should it go on for that long? Like, I know what immediately comes to mind is Dexter, right? There were 8 seasons of Dexter. I really liked Dexter, like, for the first, I don't know, maybe like 6 or 7 seasons. And then, like, it got to the point where it's like, oh man, like, you know, just the way that it ended. And I know endings are hard, especially when something's been going on for a while. Okay, I died. All right, first death is really just like, you know, that ain't nothing to trip over, really. Everybody dies one time. you don't die one time, then you're not really like risking it. You need to take more risks in life. Okay, I might die a second time. Maybe that's a little too risky. Let me get the fuck out of here. Hold up, wait a minute. All right, teleport to your head. All right, I think we got him. But yeah, I just can't think of any other form of media that is like that. Yo, the long range snipe with my own cranium. Woo! Your boy was worried. I need a better skull, dude. Please? Please? I'm begging. Yes. Yes, I will take that. All right, we will go on. I'm gonna stop talking about manga for just a second, for once in my miserable freaking life, dude. And I'm gonna try to focus up a little bit. Okay, nice hit, brother. You got me. Now what? Like now what? You just got caught up in the infinite. Oh no, my worst enemy. All right, you know what? I gotta learn how to fight these women better. All right, so let's get a shield going. All right, I'm hitting the shield too. So our inscription that makes us do more damage to like a single enemy. I wish that it was on that lady, but it wasn't. All right, take that. All right, so, okay, I didn't even notice that there was an explosive barrel there, apparently. All right, so 51 HP out of 175. Now, you may look at that and say like, oh, that's horrible. But I look at that as an opportunity. Okay, 30 HP is horrible. I don't even know what bullshit I was gonna say about an opportunity. I can't keep the farce up any longer, okay? I'm disappointed. I'm upset. I'm enraged. I'm aroused. But I'm disappointed, okay? So, what do we have to do? How can we change and be a better person and grow from this horrible experience? I think that maybe, just maybe, if the game decided to give me a skull that wasn't absolute ass cheeks, like the literal cheeks of my own ass, I feel like, God damn it. Woo! Okay. Well, that was that. We died to a maid in the palace. Yo, we've been having some garbage runs. And not just in terms of like, oh, I didn't get the skull that I needed. I wasn't playing well there. Admittedly, I wasn't playing well with a bad skull. I mean, and you know, the base skull is not bad. I feel like it's okay. But the mummy is bad. Mummy is bad. I will say that. But, you know, it is what it is. Okay, can we at least spin some dark quartz? Try to make ourselves a little bit stronger. We can. We definitely can. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna call it here. I'm sorry. Like I really feel like I should be playing better than this, especially with the inscription system. The inscriptions make things like a lot easier. But I did see that there was like just recently a patch, like I don't know, probably like 2 days ago or something, that kind of tweaked a lot of things. I didn't read through all of it because it was a lot of shit, and I'm like, you know, I'm just trying to play the game, you feel me? But you know, so maybe things got tweaked to where it's not as easy as it was before, or maybe they made it easier and I'm just ass, dude. Who knows? But, all right, so I want to thank you for watching. If you made it this far, I appreciate it. Okay, I really do. It's always appreciated. And I will see you in the next video where I will hopefully do a little bit better. Okay? Peace.